Today, we come together to celebrate the life and career of a very special person. The entire campus is diminished by the loss of Professor Richard Antoun. On a personal level, Dick was one of the first professors I met when I arrived on campus. I was immediately struck by how welcome that he made me feel as a newcomer. And then over the years, he made it a habit to deliver a copy of his newest book to my office, and we talk about his work on it. And I treasure these because each had a most generous inscription on them. And I felt very honored to know him. The university will be planting an eastern redbud, similar to the artist rendering over here. This will be placed near Dick's office in the Science One complex.
Dick was a gentleman of high morals, pure heart and generous hand, and he was a beautiful son and loving spouse, father, grandfather, and brother. And he was a scholar of vast learning and sharp intellect and wit. A scholar whose books and articles have originality, depth, clarity, and academic viability. A scholar, teacher, and advisor who helped train many a professional and guided more than one student to the professorship. A scholar who was listened to at national and international anthropology and Islamic professional gatherings. And he was a gracious host and neighbor. Sadly, he's gone, leaving us behind to mourn our loss. I'm going to miss him terribly. He was my best friend.
This campus was Dick's home away from home for nearly 40 years. He so enjoyed his teaching and research here, his students, his colleagues and friends, the vast opportunities for meeting new people and learning new things. Even after his retirement 10 years ago, he looked forward to coming to work every day. He rarely missed a day, even when he was sick, because Dick took his responsibilities to the students very seriously. He felt that the students were counting on him to be there for them, and he always was. Sometimes he described his joining a newcomer to campus who was sitting alone. Dick had a soft spot for people he thought needed extra help to understand our complex American society, so he reached out to strangers and sat down with them at lunchtime. He often extended himself to them, I think because he had the experience of being a stranger in a foreign land during his field work and wanted to help them like he had been helped. Dick's life on this BU campus was full and fulfilled. I thank you all for coming here today to honor my husband, for your support and for your kind thoughts.
Richard Antoun was a soft-spoken, peaceful man, but as a scholar, he was an adventurer who contributed immeasurably to the intellectual environment we have all enjoyed here at Binghamton University. I had the privilege of knowing Dick as a colleague, a mentor, and a friend for 39 years. Today, I want to remember the splendid experience of teaching with Dick. We shared interests in symbolic and structural anthropology. And not long after I arrived here in 1971, he suggested we teach a seminar together. I never learned so much in one semester, or worked so hard to keep up with Dick's omnivorous erudition. 30 years later, I still draw on knowledge and understanding I gained teaching symbolic and structural anthropology with Dr. Antoun.
As our community struggles with this incomprehensible act, the university remembers Dick for his gentleness, his kindness, his openness to others, his willingness to help. two final things. In the past several weeks, I have seen Dick at least twice. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be, but I thought that I saw Dick twice because he was such an expected sight on the route that I take between my house and the campus, which is the route through the neighborhood that we shared. I saw persons whose shape reminded me of Dick. And as I saw the shape, I began to smile before remembering the loss that we endure. And the last thing to say, of course, is to say on behalf of Richard Antoun and the rest of his family, thank you for coming.